Welcome into Intentional Analogy, brought to you by Better and Green. Today we are breaking down the rest of the Week 17 games. Saturday games again this week, guys. Sunday games, a Monday night game. We're going to break down all of it. So we're going to start with this first one, the Houston Texans versus the Los Angeles Chargers. Hey, it's nice not to talk about a 7-point plus spread. The Chargers are 1.5 point home favorites, over under at 39.5. Chargers coming off a big win over Dallas. So, Wyatt, I'm going to throw it to you first. What do you see this really close game leaning to?
Yeah, this one's tough. One of the trickier ones we're going to talk about because it actually kind of matters. I believe both teams are fine in the playoffs, but definitely for seeding. We're going to talk about a couple games here that just don't even matter at all, which makes it really hard to bet. But this one seems to me like an easy Chargers spread pick, but that is why I'm going to have to go to the Texans here. I don't think the Texans are good. I really don't. But it just seems too good to be true to take the Chargers here. I think the Chargers are a much superior team. Texans are also a little bit different team on the road. Just seems like Chargers should at least be a 3.5 point favorite here. So that small spread is getting ugly and it's getting scary to me. So I'm going to get what I think is sharp and take a shot on Houston here. Again, it's nothing because I believe in Houston. I actually believe in quite the opposite. I think this team's ass. But just a tricky spread here. I think it's fishy. So give me the fishy side in Houston.
Yeah, I like the Houston side actually quite a bit in this game. I think they probably win the game outright. The one interesting thing will be just to see, if the Broncos take care of business on Christmas Day. We are filming this a day prior to Christmas. So if the Broncos win that game, do they wrap up the division or could the Chargers still get them? I think the Chargers still catch them.
Oh, look, the Broncos are at like 12 wins or something.
I think if the Chargers win this week, because then they play Denver next week, I think the winner of that game would win the division potentially. But either way, the Chargers do have the Broncos on deck. So, I think that's probably a more important game, although they probably do need to win this one, like I said, if the Broncos can go into Arrowhead and beat the Chiefs. But basically, Houston, I still think they're kind of flying under the radar. Their offense is nothing really to write home about, but defensively, they are one of the top teams in the NFL here. They don't have much of a look ahead on deck with the Colts, who I believe are eliminated or very close to elimination from the playoffs. Just beat the Colts in Indianapolis a few weeks ago. I don't think there's a huge look ahead spot there. I think the Texans are going to come in, take care of business. They have the better defense here, catching points, which is something I always kind of like to look at. So, yeah, I'll take a stab with Houston in this game, getting the 1.5.
I'm with you guys also, especially coming off of last week, right? I think we were all on the Cowboys to at least cover last week, and then Chargers, big win. Houston, I thought they were going to absolutely obliterate the Raiders. Very close game, only won by 2. So I think right here, well, people are going to say, oh, well, it's the AFC West opponent again. They're just, if they only beat the Chargers or the Raiders by 2, then they're probably going to lose to the Chargers. I like the Texans to win outright here, just like Ethan said, at the plus 105 money line. So give me Houston as well to get the outright win. And then that would put the Broncos, if they win, the Broncos would be 13-3. If the Chargers lose, it'd be 11-5. And that would give the Broncos the division.
Yep.
All right, guys, let's talk about the Baltimore Ravens at the Green Bay Packers. Packers 3-point home favorites, over under set at 40.5. Wyatt, what do you think about this one?
Well, we need the Packers to lose, which means the Packers are going to win with ease. I've seen this story too much. I've been broken too much by hoping for other teams to do the job for us. So this is going to be a Packers big win. I need, like I said, the Ravens bad, but I already know it. It's going to be Packers big. I'll take them to cover.
Yeah, this game's interesting. I'm assuming this is lined as if Jordan Love will play because he is in concussion protocol after getting rocked on last Saturday against the Bears. So, yeah, I'm going to break this down assuming Love is the starting quarterback, but I'll take a stab with Baltimore here. I just can't quit Baltimore. I don't know why. This team is obviously not very good, but obviously a pretty bad emotional loss last week. They're up 11 in the fourth quarter. End up losing that game, and you could kind of feel it coming. Even when they went up 11, I was on the -3. I was like, I just know this is going to happen. So yeah, they're really on life support now. I think they have to win out, Steelers have to lose out for them to win the AFC North and get into the playoffs. There's no shot of a wild card at this point for them. So yeah, I'll take a stab with Ravens plus the points. I think it's been pretty known that once they went up 11, they didn't run Derrick Henry one more time in that game. Probably rely more on the run game here, which Chicago kind of did against Green Bay and kind of kept them in the game. So we'll take a stab with Baltimore plus 3 points here, assuming Jordan Love plays. Might go different if Malik Willis is in and if this line flips, but we'll see if that ends up happening. As of now, I will take a stab with Baltimore.
I'm going to be on Green Bay here. I just, it's not the year for any of the AFC powerhouses. Like, good luck, Bills. The torch is in your hands. Get it across the finish line. Mahomes is not going to make it. I don't think Jackson makes it. I don't think, or obviously Burrow's not going to make it. So a lot of these big names, big teams that we're used to seeing, we're not seeing this year. I really do think that carries over, and I do think that Baltimore ends up missing when it comes down to it. Both these teams coming off of really nasty, ugly losses, too. Packers should not have lost to the Bears. Ravens shouldn't have lost to New England. Those games go the way they do. You had both. Oh, dude. It's just, it's nasty. So give me Green Bay minus the 3. They're at home. And I really do think that they're just a better team, at least for this year. Oh, baby. This next game, the New Orleans Saints head to Tennessee to face the Titans. Titans 2.5-point home dogs. Over under set at 39.5. Ethan, the Titans just whooped the Chiefs, bro. What's going on?
Yeah, this has to be puke in the mouth game of the week. Number 1.
I think I'm gonna vomit.
It has to be.
How did we get these two matchups? Everyone knows what I'm talking about. How did we get these in week 17 or wherever we are? Yeah, just as ugly as it gets. Hey, Saints have won 3 in a row. Titans have won 2 of their last 3. Are these teams hot right now?
Yeah.
Maybe. I didn't think I'd ever do this. I'm going to have to lay points with the Saints. And really, only reasoning is because, I think people will just look at the Titans, blew out the Chiefs. Obviously, that Chiefs game meant a lot, I think, to every AFC team, really every NFL team. If they have a shot to go beat up on the team that's been the dynasty for 7-8 years, they're going to take that shot. So, Titans are probably feeling really good about themselves. That's obviously their best game of the season. They do have Jacksonville on deck, who's still kind of up in the air for the 1 seed, potentially the division with Houston. A lot of seeding going on there with Jacksonville. So Titans probably looking ahead a little bit to try to play some spoiler there against their in-season or in-division rival. Saints don't have a ton to play for. They have the Falcons on deck, a team that's eliminated, riding a 3-game win streak. Obviously, this team hasn't been good in a few years. So, finish on a 5-game win streak potentially would be, I think a good positive for them going into next year. They're the superior team over the Titans. Just think it's a bad spot for Tennessee. So I will reluctantly lay points with the Saints.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Have to unfortunately fade the Titans after a good win against the Chiefs. Saints are looking okay. Taysom Hill out there with the first ever 1,000 guy. Goddamn, I know it's Christmas time. But I am Gaysom for Taysom once again in this game.
No.
I'm going to keep betting him until he freaking scores, man. I am going to keep doing it. He threw for a touchdown last week. Does that count? Yeah, it's got to be the Saints here. They're far superior. Tennessee riding that good win against the Chiefs, who didn't play much. Yeah, it's got to be Saints here for me. And Taysom.
Minus 300 for Wyatt to start the show next week, saying, I'm never betting that guy again. That guy sucks.
I'll take that bet.
Smash.
Yeah. I'm with you guys. It's hard to go against that raucous Tennessee Titans crowd. I mean, those guys were fired up, man. Let's hear it, Titans fans. Oh. Oh, my God. I never understood why people said that they liked college football more than pro football because of the atmosphere. Because I'm always at Arrowhead, and I'm like, what are people talking about? It's like always rocking. I get it now. Okay. Y'all might have been on to something there. I apologize. Why might have been right about the college football there. Yeah, I can't believe it. I'm doing it too. I'm taking the Saints. Didn't think I would take them maybe at all this year, even with points, and now I'm taking them with laying points. I mean, even watching this Titans team, I was like, if we had any effort at all, we might have beat this team. Like, they're not good. So, yep, give me the Saints. They're actually playing hard, despite for nothing. Like, Justin Reed's out there making plays. Good for them, man. The Seattle Seahawks head to Carolina to face the Panthers. Panthers 7-point home dogs, over-under set at 42.5. Wyatt, the Cats, bro.
Yeah, why are they a 7-point home dog after beating the Bucks? Am I missing something here? And I did say I was going to take some of these big old home dogs, but this is not going to be a game I'm going to pick. The home team, give me the Seattle Seahawks here to cover. I mean, that's screaming Panthers to me. It's absolutely screaming Panthers. I think it should be screaming Panthers to everyone, which is why I'm on Seattle. Doesn't make too many sense. That spread is way too high. Unless I'm missing some injury that I didn't look at, I don't quite get it. But yeah, I think Seattle's going to roll.
Yeah, this is unfortunately a game that matters that I just don't really know what we're going to get. I'm going to slightly lean to Carolina here, but Carolina does not need this win. They hold the division in their hands next week when they play Tampa, although that game's in Tampa. And if they can upset Seattle this week, if Tampa loses, and I think they win the division, yeah, they would win the division. I think they would need Tampa to lose. So it matters a little bit, but, they're not dead if they lose. So I just don't know if maybe they'll focus a little bit more on Tampa and just try to take care of business against their division opponent that they're fighting for, or if they'll try to beat the number one team currently in the NFC. But I just don't like the pressure now that's on Seattle, getting that huge comeback win against the Rams last week, now hold the 1 seed in the NFC, a place that they're not comfortable with. They've not been in this position or anywhere close to it for, since Russell Wilson played there. Early Russell Wilson played there. So I just don't like the pressure that's going to be on Seattle for the next 2 games, both road games, early start time in Carolina. They have to travel from Washington to Carolina for a 1:00 game. Just don't love the spot here for Seattle with the Niners on deck on the road as well. So I will slightly lean with Carolina, but it's very realistic that Carolina could overlook or not put as much effort into the Seattle, just really focusing on beating Tampa again. So it's tough to play this game.
Seattle's got the better offense, but I am really concerned about Bryce Young versus that defense. That defense has really been balling this year. I'm afraid they're going to make him look like a Little Caesars employee or like some DoorDasher. Like if you're ordering from the Charlotte area, you might be getting Bryce coming to your doorstep because he is going to be looking pretty rough against those guys. I don't care if it's home or away. That's a really tough matchup for him. He's looked a lot better, but he still doesn't have the weapons and the team around him, I think, to compete with these type of defenses. So give me Seattle. Don't have a ton of confidence with it, but I think Seattle can get it done here. I just think they're a much better team. We saw them have it close against, the Cardinals? Or one of those type of teams, and it was like 16-16.5. No, Falcons. And they ended up winning like 38-16. They didn't score a single point in the second half. So give me Seattle here. Here we go. The Arizona Cardinals face the Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals 7-point home favorites, over-under set at 52.5. I was on the Bengals last week to get it done against Miami because kind of like the Chiefs, they're just completely dead. They gave up on their quarterback. The Cardinals, we keep betting them because they were keeping it close for a while. What are the Cardinals doing now? They're winning by 10, I think, at one point in that game. Like they're winning handily and then end up losing and not even covering. So I guess give me Cincinnati. Joe Burrow's having fun again. I guess he's just going to be a drama queen. I don't have any love for the game. And then the next week, that's how it's supposed to be played. You play the Dolphins and Quinn Ewers, bro. Chill out. I guess give me the Bengals minus the 7. How much longer can we bet on the Cardinals thinking that they're going to cover and keep it close when they haven't been lately? What do you think, Ethan?
Yeah, I think the Cardinals have quit on the season. And I'm so thankful. I had a bad Sunday, bad NFL week, but one thing I didn't do was bet the Cardinals when that spot screamed Arizona. I was
Mm.
pretty confident they were going to win and cover, but I just said, you know what, I've been on this team too many times, and they find a way to lose, and now are only working with a 3-point spread here. Thankfully, I stayed off of that game. So, I've kind of swore off betting the Cardinals for the next 2 games, similarly to what I did with the Raiders about 9 or 12 weeks ago. But yeah, Arizona here. I'm going to lean Arizona again. And
Okay.
the only reason is I think people are just going to see the 45-21 trouncing that Cincinnati just did to the Dolphins. And, no one wants to back the Cardinals. I don't want to back the Cardinals because I do think they've quit. But I just feel like the value might be on Arizona side here. So small lean on Arizona. But like I said, I've swore off actually putting money on this team the rest of the year.
Yeah, I'm right there with Ethan for the same exact reasonings. Big win from Cincy. Arizona's not good. Give me Arizona to cover. Off the recency bias, I think people would be jumping on Cincy. So I think it's too many points. Zona covers the touchdown.
Okay. Well, how about this AFC matchup? The Steelers have a very important game at Cleveland facing the Browns. Browns 3-point home dogs, over under set at 33.5. Very low number. No DK Metcalf. It was confirmed and upheld today that he is not going to be playing the remainder of the regular season. Wyatt, what do you think about this one?
That's all I'm saying, baby.
With that
Why
shit
are they
on.
3 points there, man? Why are they 3 points in a must-win game for the Steelers? Come on. Give me freaking Shadur. Give me Myles Garrett to get the freaking sack record. I'm all over Cleveland this game.
Yeah, I think Cleveland's my favorite play of the week. Not going to lie. I think they win this game outright here, which, oh, God. Steelers cashed their season wins over last week, which just buried me. I hate that team so much. But, yeah, I think they lose this game. I think they lose next week. I think they're going to sit on 9 wins, and the Lions wrecked me from winning that bet. But, yeah, I'm just still not bought into the Steelers. They have a huge game potentially a huge game against Baltimore on deck. You're also going to need to see kind of what goes on Saturday with that Baltimore game, because they could be playing this game with that division and playoff spot wrapped up. I would actually suggest, if you like the Browns, go play it now before you figure that out, especially if you like the Packers too. If you think the Steelers are going to be sitting with the division clinched when this game kicks off and you like the Browns, I would go bet them right now. But yeah, you're getting the better defense at home, catching points against a team that's in a quote unquote must win, or, a game that as of right now, they feel like they need to win. This is the Browns' chance to play spoiler. They have the Bengals next week, so they don't get a chance next week to, affect any playoff seeding or division anything. So, yeah, I like the Browns here at home, catching 3 points. I'm actually going to go bet that right when we get off the show, assuming that Steelers could have this one clinched when this game kicks off. So I like the Browns a lot. I think they win outright.
I wish that Shador wouldn't have gotten Judkins killed. That was unfortunate.
Yeah, for my fantasy teams too.
Yeah, it just sucks all the way around. But I mean, you guys aren't going to twist my arm to be on Cleveland. Give me Cleveland here with you guys. I feel like the Steelers could still win this one, but I like getting the points with Cleveland here. So I think getting them plus the 3, I'm going to take it.
Should we just do the squad ride right now?
I did. I know. I'm not giving you guys a bunch today, unfortunately. It might be the de facto squad ride. All right, guys. Huge game. Another huge AFC game. The Jags head to Indianapolis to face the Colts. Colts 6.5-point home dogs. Over under set at 48.5. I mean, Philip Rivers might be bloated, but he's throwing bombs too. I mean, that guy, him and Alec Pierce were on, like, they were acting different. They were moving different. What's a white boy got to do to get a little bit of movement? I don't know, man. The Jags coming off that huge win against Denver. I did not see that coming. I really did not see that coming. But the Colts coming off a short week too, 6.5. I want to take the Colts plus the 6.5. So I guess I'll listen to what you guys have to say, but I initially start leaning there. What do you think, Ethan?
I like the Colts plus 6.5.
Okay.
my one winner last week was on the Jacksonville side, so that was a nice no sweater. Just thought the spot was not very good for Denver, but I don't think the spot's good here now for Jacksonville. That was a huge AFC matchup, a potential playoff preview. Have the Titans on deck. Already beat this Colts team, and I think they feel like they could probably just kind of waltz their way and win out their season, finish with 13 wins. Colts, obviously, their season is a tale of two sides here. Started really well, and have not won now. I think they have one win since October or since the start of November. But this team is in that unique spot like the Vikings are, where they get to play the Jags and the Texans to finish out their season. Could throw a wrench into some of those guys' plans as far as seeding. Seeding goes, potential 1 seed, division winner, things of that nature. So I think the Colts still show up. Phillip Rivers, obviously, playing hard, and this team is still just very talented. They do have a lot of good pieces offensively and defensively. It's just, they've run into some good teams and had some injuries. Their luck has kind of run out, but I still think they're competitive at home. 6.5, a weird spread. I do like the Colts to keep this one close and cover, maybe even win outright.
The Michelin Man has to win one in this little tenure of him coming back. So give me freaking Indy at home again. I think they win it outright. I really do. I think the Michelin Man gets it done. I think old man Jenkins gets it done. If he doesn't, if he gets sacked, I think we're going to go right into rigor mortis, and we are going to be in some. We're going to need a lot more than CPR to get that man up. But give me the Colts, man. I like them.
He goes into rigor mortis, his wife might jump on him and make number 11.
Good God.
Here's that build a bigger stadium if they bring that guy out of retirement again, man. Did you see all of his kids up in that box?
Took a full save.
They were reproducing in the box. There's more of them every time they showed it.
I just can't believe it didn't work out bringing Phillip Rivers out of retirement off the sidelines, cold as ice, and it hasn't worked out for him. Who would have thought? A game that doesn't matter as much as these last two. The New England Patriots head to New York to face the Jets. Jets are 13.5-point dogs, over under 42.5. Hey guys, remember last week when the Saints were like huge favorites? We're like, I couldn't lay that many points, and they win by like almost 2 or 3 times the spread. Wyatt, these Jets, I think you called it to start the season. Is Aaron Glenn just like the worst coach of all time? Because how is this team that bad? Like, how are they that bad, bro?
They're pretty damn bad, but I am taking them in this game. I mean, the Patriots should have lost that game. Lamar, he got kneed in the back. I mean, maybe the injury is worse than what I thought it was, but I did have Lamar in a couple parlays, so I'm pretty pissed off. It's a must-win game for the Ravens, and you go out because you got knee in the back. Anyways, if Lamar's playing that whole game, I think they win, even though Lamar has not been great this year. They still almost lost to Huntley. I don't think the Patriots are good. You know who has the same amount of wins against teams over 500? One team is, what are the Patriots' record? 12-2?
12-3.
12-3. The other team is 2-13. The only two teams with only 2 wins over teams over 5. Can you guess what other team has the same amount of wins against the teams over 500 with the Patriots?
Raiders.
Is it the Raiders? Yeah.
Close. It's the Giants.
Oh, good.
Both have only 2 wins against teams over 500. One is 2-13. One is 12-3. Absolute joke, but they're going to win. I think the Jets cover, though. I have to think the Jets cover. I have to.
Yeah, I almost bet the Jets over 6.5 season wins this year, so thank God I stayed away from that. But yeah,
eliminated a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm taking the Jets here as well. I think it's too many points. Patriots in a bad spot off the come from behind victory against Baltimore. All but wrapped up the division, I'd say. There they have the Jets and then the Dolphins at home next week, so likely going to win out. I think they feel that, and then I'll just rinse and repeat like I did with Minnesota, like I did with Indianapolis. The Jets have a chance. They play the Patriots and the Bills in their final 2 games, so have a chance to, play spoiler if they can upset one of those two and kind of mess with the seeding and in their divisional team. So take a stab with the Jets plus the 13.5. No way am I calling for the outright upset, but I think it's too many points here.
Bro, this team's so like if they couldn't cover this number against the Saints, it makes me wonder how they're going to cover it against the Patriots. But I am going to agree with you guys. I am also going to be on the Jets because this is a divisional game, right? These two teams should know each other pretty well. They've already played each other. So 13.5, I mean, I guess, but if they look that bad against the Saints, I mean, the Jets are in the same category as I put the Chiefs. They're just not playing it for anything anymore. And the Cardinals, these are just these dead in the water teams that if the season ended 3 weeks ago, they're fine. They're fine with that. They're just ready for the season to be over. But yeah, that's 2 touchdowns in a divisional game at home. It can be a little fluky sometimes at MetLife. So give me the Jets plus the 13.5. Nasty. Now, this might be the weirdest line that we're going to talk about. The Buccaneers versus the Miami Dolphins at Miami. Dolphins 5.5 point home dogs, over-under set at 45.5. I mean, Buccaneers coming off a loss to the Panthers. Their season has completely fallen apart. I believe they've won one of their last, 6 to 8 games. Miami gave up on Tua. They've looked terrible. They got absolutely blown out last week. Now you get a 5.5 line. I'm not sure what to do here. What do you think, Ethan?
Yeah, it's got to be Miami here. No way I'm laying 5.5 with Tampa on the road. Similarly to the Colts, a tale of 2 seasons here. Started off with, looking like they're going to run away with this division yet again, be a competitive team in the playoffs. And then ever since their bye week, one of their last 7. And that was a 3-point win against the Cardinals at home. This team is playing terrible football right now. They're just not good. Carolina probably goes on and wins the division, knocks the Bucs out of the playoffs, which, like you've said for the Chiefs, like I'm kind of feeling for the Lions, and I think what a lot of people, Ravens fans and everything, I think that's good. Miss the playoffs and kind of just regroup, try to bring it back next year. I don't think Tampa, they have no shot to probably even win a playoff game. So probably better for them to miss, but Dolphins just got blown out by Cincinnati, probably inflates the line here a little bit. They've, after winning 4 in a row, dropped their last 2 and have not looked very good doing so. They're at home, warm weather, catching 5.5 against a team that, can we even say Tampa's better than Miami right now? I don't think so. So I'll take the points in Miami here. That might be one I might end up betting that game, but it is Quinn Ewers, so that makes it tough.
Yeah, must-win game for Tampa against a Miami team that looked absolutely miserable last week. The spread's 5.5. What are we doing here? It's got to be Miami. Pretty much every single reason that Ethan gave, I'm on. I kind of love it, and I again, it's so ugly. I don't know if I'm going to get myself to bet it. Yeah, I'm gonna take a decent shot here. Miami plus 5.5.
I'm really far behind, so I've been okay on an island the last couple of weeks. I have to be okay with it now to try to catch up to be up to 500. I'm going to take Tampa here just because, like you said, they've won one of their last 7 games. Like, at some point, they got to turn it around. They should not have been this bad this year. They're getting healthier. They got Evans back. The excuses are gone. This is all starting to fall on the head coach at this point. Can he get it done? I think Buccaneers win this game. So I'm just not even going to look at the points. Can they win by 5 and then it doesn't cover? Yeah. But I'm just going to put my trust in Tampa Bay to get it done here. And also, I just really don't like Quinn Ewers. I don't think this Dolphins team is very good outside of Etienne and Waddle. So give me Tampa Bay. Hopefully get it done, man. I like the Buccaneers. But they have not played well here at the end. So I'm picking them for a bounce back. That's literally it. They're due. That's my reasoning for that one.
It's incredible that Carolina could host a playoff game.
It's insane. They fumbled the division. They really did. There's no reason. All right, the New York Giants head to Las Vegas to face Raiders. Raiders are 1.5 point home dogs, over instead of 41.5. Ethan, what do you think about this game?
Puking the mile game of the week, number 2.
Guessing I'm gonna vomit!
And the funny thing about this one is you could be puking number 2. That's how bad this game is.
Yes. Yeah, a true battle for the worst team. I mean, this is by default the puke in the mouth game of the year. But I'm going to go with the Giants in this game. Giants are far better. I know they're currently holding the first overall pick, and that's going to be a narrative that they want to lose this game. Again, I said it earlier, the players don't want to lose. If they get the first overall pick, that means someone on that team's losing their job. The players in the locker room don't want to lose. The coaches probably don't want to lose. The fans want them to lose. Is really how that works. We saw it with Houston in the final game a couple years ago where they ended up beating the Colts and losing that first overall pick. The team wants to win. So, I wouldn't play that into any narrative. The Raiders, we talked about it on the Christmas episode. They have the Chiefs on deck. Their first chance to really beat the Chiefs in a long time, obviously without most of the players for the Chiefs playing in that game. I think they're going to take advantage of that. They just played a tough game against Houston, maybe tried to play spoiler there. This game out of conference does not mean anything for them. If they lose, they do move up to that first overall pick, and then they get a shot to go maybe beat the Chiefs, who have beat up on them for years and years and years. So I think Raiders will probably look ahead to that Chiefs game. I think the Giants are just more talented. Anyone's more talented than this Raiders team. So I'll take the Giants here. -1.5, +1.5, whatever they're sitting at.
Yeah, the Raiders only get wins when it affects their number 1 overall draft pick. We saw that a couple years ago where all the Raiders had to do was lose and they get number 1 overall. What did they do? It's the one game they win. So give me the Raiders here. I think I don't know if it's the same type of Raiders teams, but that one year they were giving the big old middle finger to the head coach, to the organization for winning that game. They were pretty much coaching to lose that game, and the Raiders go out and win it. I think they're going to do the same thing here. They could probably get the number 1 pick with a loss. I think they're going to say F it. Definitely Crosby's going to say F it. But yeah, give me the Raiders to win a meaningless game that their fans are going to be pissed about. An actual win for the Raiders.
Ethan, does it concern you that there was a quote that came out of Las Vegas from Max Crosby? He said, "Jackson Dart, more like Jackson Fart."
Flip me. Yeah.
No, I'm going to be on the Giants here too. This is just kind of like a vibe thing. The Giants were like that team that everybody loved earlier in the year. The rookie-led Scatabo and Dart, and they all looked so good. I think that this team still really believes in themselves. So I think the Giants are going to go out there, have more to prove to themselves. I think they get this win over the Raiders. Once again, nasty game. Raiders made it look really good against Houston last week, but like the funny thing is, like Wyatt was just saying, you can't win a game all year. You're in the hunt for the number 1 seed, and so then you try to lose a game and you win. Like, it's hard to win in the NFL, let alone you try to lose, you're a bad team, and then you end up accidentally winning. Who knows what's going to happen with these games? Give me the Giants. The -1.5. That did screw us last week, though. We all took a loss on Seattle. They won by 1. We all had Seattle -1.5.
I know.
So it could get us again here, but give me the New York Giants to get it done.
Wyatt alluded to it with the Giants, but it's funny, between these two teams, 4 wins, Patriots, Chargers, Eagles are 3 of the 4 teams that these teams have beat. All playoffs. And the Titans. Titans were the 4th.
Titans are good, though.
Yes.
It's all firsthand.
Yeah.
The Eagles head to Buffalo to face the Bills. Bills are 1.5-point home favorites. Over-under set at 44.5. I'm going to send it to you, Wyatt, for this one.
Yeah, we've seen the Bills lose this big game or win this big game pretty much every single year, then fumble in the playoffs. I'm going to switch the script. They lose a regular season game, which means they're going to make a deep playoff run. So give me the Eagles here. Obviously, the Bills are being super public at home. I would think. I know the Eagles are a public team, but they've looked okay recently. But definitely going to be some money coming in on Buffalo. But I think the script's going to flip. They're going to lose a regular season game finally, and then just go off in the playoffs. At least they should. I mean, they have a cakewalk, in my opinion, to the Super Bowl if they want it. But yeah, give me the Eagles here.
Yeah, this game just doesn't mean a ton. Philly locked into their division. They have this game and then Washington next week. I think they're fairly locked into their playoff seeding here. Buffalo locked into the playoffs, but fighting for their division still. I'm going to take a stab with Buffalo here, and I just think they're playing their best football at the right time right now. They have this game, then the Jets at home, so no more travel for this team in the regular season. Yeah, won 4 straight. Had the great comeback win against the Patriots, and then still took care of Cleveland on the road. Now they get to come back home, and this game doesn't mean a ton for either of these teams, but it really doesn't mean that much for Philly here on the road, out of conference. Small lean here with Buffalo. Just think actually, I like Buffalo quite a bit. I wouldn't be shocked if I'm on them come Sunday, but I think Buffalo is just playing their best football of the season right now.
I'm not sure about this one. I really don't know. I think I'm gonna be on Philly here. I'm gonna take Philly. I'm gonna take the points. This is a coin flip. I mean, the odds 1.5 point spread. It's telling you it's a coin flip. Money line, both are at minus money. Yeah, the Eagles. Josh Allen hasn't been playing great this year. He really has not been the same Josh Allen that we've seen in the past. So can the Eagles get a couple turnovers off him? Maybe. I think that's what this game's going to come down to is who has better ball security. Both have really good running backs. I don't trust Hurts either is the thing. I guess if I have to give a lean, I like the Philly defense over the Buffalo defense. So I guess that is going to be the deciding factor for me. So here are the Eagles. One I don't feel super confident about. But one that we should all feel super confident about because we talk about them every week, the Chicago Bears at the San Francisco 49ers. Niners 3-point home favorites, over-under set at 52.5. Dude, is it time to take Chicago? How many times are we going to let them hurt us like this? Ethan, what do you think?
Love the 49ers. Absolutely love the 49ers. Chicago celebrates a win over the Raiders like they just won the Super Bowl. Now they made the playoffs. How do you think they celebrated that? Yeah, in the remarkable fashion of that comeback against the Packers. Lions on deck, a team that's beat up on them for multiple years. Division sandwich. This game does not mean much to Chicago here. I like San Fran. San Fran's still really flying under the radar because they've been third in their division all season behind the Rams and Seahawks. 11-4, and we just don't talk about this team.
No.
They were actually the first team in the offseason I bet to win the Super Bowl. Came back, put another small free bet that I had on them during that Monday night game against the Colts. I think this team is as live as anybody to go win a Super Bowl. I think they're definitely a top 5 team in the NFL right now. I think at home here, tough travel spot for Chicago off that game against Green Bay. Lions on deck. I love San Francisco in this game.
Yeah, Bears freaking suck. They suck. They suck. Big old fat weenie. This team's terrible. They're also really upset with me because I said they weren't going to make the playoffs, and literally 2 hours later, they clinched a playoff with Detroit sucking ass. This is going to be a Niners absolutely dismantling. I hate every single Bears fan out there. If you're listening to this, take your fists, bend over.
No, don't do that to him.
Yeah. I hate all of them. San Fran big. You're losing first round of the playoffs.
I totally set Ethan up for that. I'm on San Fran too. I think everybody kind of knew that one was coming. San Fran. I'm glad you guys said it. They've looked really good this year. And it kind of sucks that they lost so many players because this, once again, it feels like the Super Bowl's really wide open for anybody. So I think if they had Bosa, they had Warner, they might have a really good chance to take it all home this year. And, even without them, they might still have a pretty good chance. Give me San Fran minus the 3. San Fran's at home. It's Sunday Night Football. That might be what we haven't, we said that we haven't been talking about them a lot. This is their chance to go against the Bears, who people have been talking about a lot. It's at your home on Sunday Night Football. This might be a spot where they kind of want to show out, really. So I think I do actually like that one quite a bit. San Fran minus the 3. All right, let's wrap it up here. The Monday Night Football game. The Los Angeles Rams versus the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons 7.5-point home dogs. Over set at 49.5. Wyatt, where are we going here?
Yeah, meaningless game. Too many points, though. I got to take it with the Falcons here, plus 7.5. Falcons still a very good team roster-wise. They just can't figure it out this year. I think, a year missing the playoffs, a year of hopefully a good draft class. I think, Falcons are going to be right back in it. Their quarterback situation is obviously a problem, but they're pretty loaded offensively, and, defense is kind of hit and miss. And Rams, again, a game that doesn't really matter. I'm not really sure how that division's working. I know they're already clinched. Did they clinch the 1 seed yet or no? I don't know. It might mean something in regards to seeding, but again, not really. 7.5 points on the road, traveling across the country is too much. So give me the Falcons here to cover.
Yeah, this game's tough. Because they're actually tied now with the Niners. So it looks like the Rams are actually technically third in that division. But I think a win here, they're still very much alive for the number 1 overall seed. I'm going to lean Falcons here as well, though, plus the points. Just think it's too many. Tough loss there for the Rams in their last game out. I also don't know. I'm a proponent of the first overall, the number 1 seed and the bye hurts the team more than it helps most of the time. And I wouldn't be shocked if the Rams kind of feel that way too and think like, let's just keep rolling and winning. So I don't even know if, I don't know if they're really fighting for that 1 seed necessarily. But with the Falcons, we've talked about it. Take them as a dog. Don't take them as a favorite, even though they won and covered it as a favorite last week. But I talked about on the Thursday night game, they're going to show up for prime time. Well, now they're at home, Monday Night Football against one of the top teams, probably the top team in the NFL. All eyes on them at their house. I just think they come prepared, ready to play this one. Probably look to fade them the following week against the Saints, but I think it's too many points. I'll slightly lean on Atlanta.
I hate this game. I'm going to go Atlanta with you guys. I didn't really know even what side to take here. I wish that was higher. Because I do feel like the Rams can win this one by 10 plus. But you guys are right. I mean, I think Drake London's going to be back for this game. They still got Bijan. They got those offensive pieces like you guys were talking about. They can keep this one as long as they can keep the ball moving. They avoid just punting all the time. Because the Rams, is Devontae Adams going to be back?
Don't think so.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think they're dealing with a couple injuries. So, yeah, let's go with the Atlanta Falcons there, plus the 7.5, keeping it close at home. Maybe even getting a backdoor cover there for us. All right. What are we thinking for Squad Ride, guys? No, really? We're feeling that good? We're doing it?
I don't know.
I'm betting it in T-minus 10 minutes, 12 minutes, however long it takes to get out of here. So, yeah, I like it.
Why? It's your call. You want Cleveland?
Oh, shit. It's either Cleveland or San Fran.
I'm betting both of them in T-minus 12 minutes. So.
Yeah. I'll take Cleveland.
Cleveland, okay. Hey, they've done well for us this year. Hit it.
I've won 1 game in my career against the Titans.
We will be back next week breaking down the games. We might have to do like a speed round with the Week 18 games that don't matter, but we will be back breaking down the games for you guys. Enjoy your holidays. We'll see you guys next week. Peace, guys.
Later, guys.
See you guys.
Flexing on the haters, can't touch my score. Money like Jerry Rice, touchdowns galore. Week after week, always asking for more. Bling on the wrist, got the books on the floor. Listen in, cash out, pages swelling. Plays on the field, see me winning, never dwelling. Flag on Vegas, they know what I'm selling. NFL bets, keep the cheesy compelling. Flexing on the haters, can't touch my score. Money like Jerry